You are 17 years old. Yesterday you were a farmer's son. Today Rome owns your body. The shield on your arm is too heavy. The sandals on your feet are already cutting skin, and the man behind you is holding a stick, waiting for your first mistake. You think the enemy is out there. You are wrong. The first enemy is Rome itself. The morning begins before the sun touches the camp. A horn tears through the cold air. You open your eyes in the dark, stiff, hungry, and confused. For one stupid second you forget where you are. Then the smell brings you back. Sweat, leather, smoke, damp wool. 8 men breathing inside a cramped tent. This is your contubernium. 8 soldiers, 1 tent, 1 cooking pot, 1 tiny piece of Rome's war machine. Nobody asks if you slept well. Nobody cares if your feet hurt. You have minutes to stand, dress, grab your gear, and form up outside. Too slow, and the centurion sees you. The centurion is not your teacher. He is not your friend. He is the man Rome uses to turn frightened boys into soldiers. In his hand is a short vine staff. It looks harmless. It is not. One mistake and it cracks across your back. Another mistake and it hits your arm. A third mistake and you learn faster. That is your first lesson. Rome does not need you comfortable. Rome does not need you happy. Rome needs you obedient. You pick up your shield. It is called a scutum. A large curved Roman shield that can cover much of your body in battle. When you first saw it, you thought it looked strong, safe, almost heroic. Now it feels like a wooden wall strapped to your arm. You carry a gladius, the short Roman sword used for stabbing in tight formation. You carry pila, heavy throwing spears designed to bend after impact so the enemy cannot throw them back. Then comes the pack: food, tools, stakes for the camp, a cloak, cooking gear, personal items. Whatever else Rome decides your back can suffer through. By the time the column starts moving, you understand the joke. The first enemy is not a barbarian. The first enemy is weight. The road eats your feet one step at a time. Dust sticks to your tongue. Sweat crawls under your helmet. The shield pulls at your shoulder until your arm feels like it belongs to someone else. You want to slow down. You do not slow down because behind you is another man. Behind him is another. And behind all of you is the centurion watching for weakness. A Roman legion does not move like a crowd. It moves like a machine. If one part breaks, the rest grind over it. By midday, your stomach begins to claw at itself. Your food is not a feast. It is grain, hard bread, maybe beans, maybe cheese if you're lucky, maybe watered wine if the supply line has not failed. You eat because you need fuel, not because it tastes good. Your mouth is dry. Your legs shake. Your feet burn inside your sandals. Then the order comes. Camp. For 1 second, you almost smile. You think it means rest. You idiot. Every night, even after marching, the Legion builds a fortified camp, not when it feels dangerous, not when the officers are nervous. Every night, you dig ditches. You raise earth walls, you plant wooden stakes, you set tents, you haul supplies. You do this after marching with blistered feet and shaking hands because Rome survives by turning exhaustion into routine. Other armies stop and sleep. Rome stops and digs. Your hands crack around the tool. Dirt gets under your nails. Your back burns. Someone near you vomits from the heat. Nobody stops working. The camp must be finished before you sleep. That is the rule, and the rule matters more than you do. When darkness finally arrives, you crawl back into the tent with the men of your contubernium. There is no privacy. There is no quiet. There is no soft bed waiting for you. Only damp ground, old sweat, smoke, coughing, snoring, and the knowledge that tomorrow will be the same unless it is worse. Then comes watch duty. You thought you were done. You are not done. Some men sleep. Some men guard the camp. Tonight, you are one of the unlucky ones. You stand in the dark with tired eyes, listening to every sound beyond the ditch. A twig snaps. Your hand tightens around your weapon. Maybe it is an animal. Maybe it is nothing. Maybe it is the enemy crawling toward the camp with a knife between his teeth. You do not know. That is the worst part. In the dark, every sound becomes a decision. Wake the camp and look like a coward. Stay silent and risk everyone dying. You begin to understand something ugly. Fear does not disappear when you become a soldier. It just gets disciplined. Morning comes too fast. The horn sounds again. Your legs hate you. Your shoulders hate you. Your stomach is empty again, but Rome has no interest in your feelings. Today is training. You form up with the others. Shield forward, sword ready, feet planted, eyes ahead, step, brace, thrust, recover. Again, 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 not because it looks good. Because in battle, if your line breaks, you die. The man beside you is not just another soldier. He is part of your armor. His shield protects your side. Your shield protects his. If he panics, you are exposed. If you panic, he is exposed. So Rome beats panic out of you before the enemy ever gets the chance. The centurion walks behind the line. He watches your feet, your grip, your posture, your eyes. You lift your shield too low. The vine staff cracks across your arm. You turn too slowly. It hits your shoulder. You flinch. It hits again. You hate him. Then you realize something worse. In battle, you may need him. Because when the noise begins, when the dust rises, when men scream and push and shove inches from your face, you will not think clearly. Nobody does. Training will move your body when your mind goes blank. Rome is not teaching you courage. Rome is building a cage around your fear, and the cage is called discipline. By the 3rd hour, your mouth is dry. Your arm trembles behind the shield. The wooden practice sword feels twice as heavy as it did at sunrise. Across from you, another recruit looks ready to collapse. He lowers his guard. The instructor knocks him down. Nobody helps him. Not yet, because helping him without permission might earn you the same punishment. This is another lesson. Kindness exists in the Legion, but obedience comes first. By afternoon, the officers inspect equipment. A dirty blade can get you punished. A damaged strap can get you punished. A missing tool can get your whole tent group punished. You learn to fear small things, a loose buckle, a cracked sandal, a dull edge, a forgotten stake. In civilian life, small mistakes cost time. In the Legion, small mistakes cost skin, sometimes more. Then you hear a word nobody wants to hear, decimation. You do not see it today, maybe you never will, but every soldier knows the story. If a unit disgraces itself badly enough, Rome can punish the whole group by forcing men to draw lots. 1 in 10 dies, not by enemy hands, by his own comrades. Maybe it is rare, that does not matter. Fear does not need to be common to work, it only needs to be possible. Now you understand why men stay in line, not because they are fearless, because the punishment behind them may be worse than the enemy in front of them. Evening comes, but the day still refuses to end. You clean your gear, you check your sandals. You repair straps, you help secure the camp. You swallow food that tastes like smoke and dirt. Someone tells a joke, and for 1 second the tent almost feels human. Then a veteran looks at you and laughs, not because the joke is funny, because you still think today was hard. He tells you this was an easy day. No battle, no rain, no forced march through mud, no disease spreading through the camp, no ambush, no order to stand in formation while arrows fall from the sky. Just marching, just digging, just training, just pain. Your first day in the Roman army is not special. That is what makes it terrifying. This is not the worst Rome can do to you. This is the beginning. If war comes, the shield you hate may be the only reason you are not cut down. The centurion you fear may be the only reason the line holds. The camp you cursed while digging may be the only reason you are not killed in your sleep. Rome is cruel. Rome is efficient. Rome survives because it teaches you to suffer before suffering arrives. Night falls again. You lie on the hard ground inside the crowded tent. Your feet throb, your back burns, your hands are raw. You smell smoke, leather, sweat, and old fear. Somewhere outside, a guard coughs. Somewhere farther away, a horse shifts in the dark. You close your eyes. Tomorrow you will march again. Tomorrow the shield will still be heavy. Tomorrow the centurion will still be watching. And tomorrow, if the enemy appears, you will be expected to stand still while every instinct in your body begs you to run. You wanted to know if you could survive a day as a Roman legionary. Maybe you could, one day, but Rome does not need you for one day. Rome needs you for years. It needs your feet on its roads, your hands in its dirt, your shield in its line, your fear under its control. You thought the enemy was waiting outside the camp. You were wrong. The first enemy was Rome itself.